Hey, I'm back a little bit earlier than expected, but I just realized that if I'm doing some of these Code Wars tutorials, I should probably explain a major concept that's going to be used in most of them and be used in programming all the time. So today's concept, we're going to be talking about loops. This is something that really confused me when I was first learning about it. So I figured I could just explain it a little bit. So loops are a way to iterate over things and do stuff. So instead of, going over a list and manually, checking every single entry, you can use a loop to check if someone's name or someone's name matches an entry that you're looking for. I mean, there's so many different examples, but let's just kind of back it up a little bit and simplify this concept, because I feel like, I don't know, maybe no one else struggled with it, but I did. So we're going to talk about loops. So basic loop in JavaScript. What you have to, here's how you write it. You start with a for, and then you get the curly braces. So anything that happens with it, anything that you write within these curly braces will happen. Inside of the loop is where we will determine how many times it happens. So what you have to do is you have to tell the computer every single step. So just like when humans count, we start at 0 and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we can count by twos, 2, 4, 6, 8. You have to tell the computer how to do that. So you tell the computer first, you're gonna start. You're gonna say I is equal to 0. And then you're gonna say, and I, by the way, is your index. It's your counter, basically. So until, let's see, I is smaller than, we'll go to 8. We'll go up to 8. And then, so we start at 0, we go up to 8, and then every single time we're going to go up by, this one just means 1, go up by 1. So I say start at 0, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what this means right here, is just every single time only go up by 1, because we have to tell the computer to do every single thing. Console. So we're gonna say hi. So basically, my computer is going to start at 0, and it's going to, in its head, it's going to count, and then every single time it counts, it's going to say hi to me. So it's going to say, okay, in its head it goes 1, and it says hi, 2, hi, 3, hi. But it's not saying those numbers, it's just doing, the only thing that it's doing, or the only thing that I'm telling it to do, is console.log. This is the only action. Everything else is sort of behind the scenes, just not being logged. So let's see if this runs. Node script.js. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it counted, and it said, every time it counted, it said hi. So you can see it counted to 8. It said hi 8 times. If I change that number, 9, save it, run it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I did 20, I mean, hopefully you'll understand what that will do. It'll say hi 20 times. So that is the foundation of a loop. Let's make it count over something now. So let's take an array. Let array equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Save it. Now, instead of counting up to 20, I want to count the length of this array. It's as simple as saying array dot length. So ideally, I should see hi printed 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. If I add a number, the array dot length, that's my dog, is now 6. So let's test that out. Uh-oh, they're going to start howling. Let me continue in 1 moment. All right, I'm back. Where were we? So it's going to count over the array, the length of the array, which is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you know what? Let's increase that. Well, yeah, let's increase that number a little bit. 8, save. Let's say node. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. It is saying hi 8 times. Okay, let's do one more thing with this loop. What I'm going to do is I want to loop over the array, and then, well, what I want to do is, let's say I want to add all these numbers together. I want to say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and so on. If I wanted to do something like that, I would use a loop. So I want to find the sum of all the numbers in the array. What I could do is I could loop over the array. So I tell the computer, here's what you're going to do. For the length of the array, which is 8, I want you to start at 0, and I want you to count up through the array. So it's going to say, okay, entry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to count through that, and it's only going up by 1. And then, every time you see a number, add it to this sum right here. So, the way I would write that is I'd say, let the sum equal to sum plus. Now, I have to be specific. I can't just say array. I have to say the index of the array, the current index that I'm on. So take the sum, and then, or let the sum be equal to the sum plus the index that I'm currently on. So it starts at 0, and it says, the way that it thinks about this is it says 0. Okay, 0 plus 1. That's 1. Now it's 1 plus 2. Now it's 3 plus 3. So on and so forth. Let's console log this. Sum. Let's just see. Let's simplify it a little bit. Save it. Run. 6. Okay, cool. So it starts at 0, and then it loops over and it says, hey, add that number to sum. Add that number to sum. Add that number to sum. So it says 0 plus 1. It's 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6. So now, because I am dynamically counting, I'm saying for the length of the array, it will change its output. So I add a 4. So now it's now counting up to 4. 10. Add a 5. 15. Add a 6. 21. It's adding the numbers. I could also go back and just, I don't need to be adding the numbers. I could do anything with this loop right here. I could say, every time, I could say every I don't even know. What would I do? Maybe I did this. Did I console log it? I think I did. But yeah, every time you count up, say hello. 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I may have done that one, but you could do anything. When you're doing these early coding challenges, you will see a lot of them that will have you counting or iterating or looping through these arrays. So that's how you do it. Hopefully, if you're struggling with loops in JavaScript, hopefully this helped you out a little bit. Leave a comment if it did, or if it didn't, or if there's anything else. And I will add to this collection of videos. All right, see you next time.